Good morning. Welcome to Ravi Shankar's Botany Tutorial NEET online classes. Today I am going to talk about yeast ovation. Before that, calyx corolla of accessory parts of the flower. Calyx. Calyx is outermost wall of a flower. Calyx is outermost wall of a flower, and the number of members of calyx will be free. Means calyx are composed by green leaf-like structures which are called as sepals. The number of members of calyx will be different for different species of plants, right? If the calyx will be free, will be called polysepalous. If the calyx will be free in a flower, will be called polysepalous. Example: radish, mustard. If the calyx will be free, will be called polysepalous. Or if the calyx means sepals will be free, will be called polysepalous. If the sepals will be fused, will be called, or united, will be called gamosepalous. Gamosepalous. See example for this gamosepalous: datura, cotton, and cucurbita. Or the example for this gamosepalous. So this is about actually these calyx are composed by sepals. They provide protection to the inner parts of the flower. Protection to inner parts of the flower. Right? So these are about the calyx. Next, when we are talking about the petals, these two are called accessory organs of a flower. These two are called accessory organs of a flower. Yes. Now we are going to talk about corolla. Corolla is composed by colored fragrance structures of the second wall of a flower, which are called petals. The number of members of petals for the flowers will be different for different species, right? And if the petals will be free in a flower, will be called polypetalous. If the petals are united, will be called gamopetalous. Example for this: radish, mustard. Or the example for here is datura, cotton, cucurbita. Or the example for this category, gamopetalous, right? And here the shape of the petals are different. Shape of the petals are, in some cases, the shape of the petals are, what are those? Funnel shaped structures. So this funnel shaped petals will be seen in datura. Funnel shaped petals will be seen in datura, and the other one will be tubular shaped. Tubular petals can be seen in Asteraceae members, that is sunflower and all. We have seen tubular Tradax procumbens, sunflower. We can have tubular petals can be there. And then next one will be ocimum. Ocimum. Sorry, here is a bilobed corolla. Bilobed corolla will be seen in ocimum. Ocimum tulasi. Ocimum tulasi. So these are the different shapes of corolla. Funnel shaped corolla, datura, tubular corolla, Asteraceae members, so sunflower, Tridactylus documents, Tagetes patula means marigold, or the example for this category, and bilobed corolla, ocimum, tulasi, or the example. These are the different shapes of corolla we have. Right. Now we are going to talk about. What is that? Aestivation. Very important topic. Aestivation. Aestivation. What is aestivation? Aestivation. See, the arrangement of calyx, corolla over thalamus with respect to each other is known as aestivation. The arrangement of a calyx or corolla, either calyx or corolla with respect to each other is known as aestivation. Aestivation is shows that the arrangement of sepals and petals over the thalamus of a flower with respect to each other. That arrangement is known as aestivation. Now, based on this aestivation, we have different types of aestivations. The one is valved aestivation. Valved aestivation. The second one is twisted aestivation. Twisted aestivation. Third one is imbricate aestivation. Imbricate aestivation. And fifth one is quincuntial aestivation. Quincuntial aestivation. Quincuntial aestivation. And the last one is vexillary aestivation. Vexillary aestivation, or otherwise called papilionaceous aestivation. Papilionaceous corolla. Papilionaceous corolla will be seen, or otherwise called descending imbricate aestivation. Descending imbricate aestivation. Imbricate aestivation. So these are the different types of aestivation we have. Valved aestivation. This is the regular aestivation. Now, here in the example for this is Calotropis. Calotropis is the example for this category. Here is this twisted aestivation is otherwise called contracted aestivation. Contracted aestivation. Contracted aestivation. And here example for this is hibiscus, cotton, lady's finger, or the example for this category. The imbricate aestivation example, Cassia gulmohar, or the example for this imbricate aestivation. Quincuntial aestivation example is Murraya kinigai, curry leaf. And vexillary aestivation or papilionaceous aestivation, it is a characteristic aestivation we have seen in Fabaceae members such as pea and bean, or the example for this one. Next, structurally when you observe, either calyx or corolla, whatever it may be, but the arrangement of that members in that will be, they will be regularly, all the members, the lobes of the perianth members will be close to each other in that particular circle, They are close to each other. The lobes are close to each other, but they are not overlapped. But the lobes are close to each other, but they are not overlapped. Such arrangement of calyx corolla will be called as valvate aestivation. This is valvate aestivation. Example, Calotropis, we have seen it. And the next one is a twisted aestivation. Here, the perianth members will be regularly overlapped. One lobe of the member is regularly overlapping the adjacent one. Regularly overlapping the adjacent one will be called regularly. See, one member is regularly overlapping, right? One member is regularly overlapping with adjacent one. This type of aestivation is called twisted aestivation. What is this? Twisted. See, the lobe of this member is overlapped by this one. The lobe of this member is overlapped by in a regular manner. So that's why it is called twisted aestivation. Twisted aestivation. This is seen in hibiscus, cotton, and lady's finger. We have seen it. And the next one is imbricate aestivation. Imbricate aestivation. Here is it is an irregular aestivation. This is regular, and this imbricate aestivation is irregular aestivation. Here is one member is completely down inside, and it is overlapped by others. The other member, there are 5 petals or sepals will be. One is completely inside. The other one will be completely outside. The remaining one will be twisted. See, one is completely inside. The other one is completely outside. Remaining will be twisted aestivation. So this type of aestivation is known as imbricate aestivation. Imbricate aestivation, or otherwise called ascending imbricate aestivation. Why it is ascending imbricate aestivation? Here we have a chance of climb up, but climb down there is no possibility. That's why it is called ascending imbricate aestivation. Ascending imbricate aestivation. Example, Cassia Gulmohar, or the example for this category. Next, quincuncial aestivation. Quincuncial aestivation. When I observe this quincuncial aestivation, we have I'll draw this picture over here. One member is completely inside. See, 2 members will be completely inside. One is a twisted. There are 5 will be there. One is completely outside. See, 2 will be. Sorry, it is not visible. So I'll draw a picture over here. See, 2 members are inside. One member is twisted. There are 5. See, look at here. This is inside. This is also inside. This is outside. So this type of inflorescence will be called quincuncial aestivation, that is seen in Muria, Kareli. And the next one is vexillary aestivation or papilionaceous aestivation. This is the a peculiar corolla that we can see in Fabaceae, right? Fabaceae members. See, look at that. that papilionaceous estivation. So here, for each member, there is a particular names are given. One is towards the posterior side, there is a large petal is present. Large petal is present. This is called standard petal. This is called standard petal, or otherwise called vexillum. Vexillum. That's why it is known as a vexillary estivation. The remaining two smaller petals are overlapped by vexillum, standard petal. These two smaller petals which are overlapped by this one will be called wing petals. These are wing petals, winged petals, right? And then these wing petals overlapping, there are still smaller petals. Two more smaller petals are overlapped by these wing petals. These are called keel petals. These are called keel petals. Keel petals are the smaller petals which are present towards the anterior side. Standard petal is the large petal which is present towards the posterior direction. Right? So this is the estivation we have seen in Fabaceae. That's why it is called vexillary estivation, or otherwise called descending imbricate estivation, because we can able to climb down but cannot be climb up. That's why it is called descending imbricate estivation. This is vexillary estivation. Vexillary estivation. This is a standard petal, or otherwise called vexillum. This is a wing petal, or otherwise called alloy. Keel petals, otherwise called carina. Is otherwise called keel petal, right? So these are called a vexillary estivation. This is about a vexillary estivation. Valvate estivation, twisted estivation, and imbricate estivation, quincuntial estivation, and vexillary estivation are the different types of estivation. So with examples also we discussed about it. This is about the estivation of calyx corolla. All the best. Have a nice day. God bless you.